The last leg decider on the double. So it can work in your favour, but it can also work against you if things aren't going too well. And the way Joe Cullen is playing, he's going to push him all the way.
Well, that's a great start from Joe, who, I mean, we've kind of had this conversation previously in previous tournaments, Alan, that Joe
60
appears to have so much talent, a real natural talent, but he's just not quite achieved what people would have thought. And he started here absolutely on fire.
Yes, I think that's a good adjudication there. I mean, there's quite a few players in a similar vein, isn't there, where you think, well, at some point surely they're going to get to a final or even win one. And Joe's certainly in that category. Won 2 European Tour events, won quite a few Players' Championships.
121
already this year.
Got to the semis in 2018, didn't he, when he lost out to Simon Whitlock? That was the year that James
96.
Wade took the title.
Yeah, so you think the chances have been there. I remember the quarter-final with Gary Anderson at the match play. I think me and you were talking about that earlier. That could have gone either way. Gary got over the line there.
21, what was it, 21-19 or something like that? No,
final.
1917, that's right,
55.
1917.
Do you require
in the final
104?
against Mensur, yeah.
I think Gary got his 9-darter, didn't he, against a 9-darter against him in that match.
Cullen.
I'll tell you a quick story there.
Second leg,
Me and Brenda
Mensur
watched that. We were in a
first
traffic jam in a
game
car
off.
on the M6.
Right.
On the iPad. Couldn't move for 6 hours.
It was a tremendous match, I remember, and a phenomenal atmosphere at the
81.
Blackpool venue. They know their darts up there.
Yeah, the Winter Garden's one of the
iconic, isn't it?
Well, it is, yes.
125.
For lots of different things, and obviously darts for such a long time now. It's difficult when you get a venue that's related to an event. You don't want to move it, do you? You have a similar discussion with snooker at Sheffield.
Yeah,
you know, you don't
crucible.
want to move it. It is part of the sport.
Part of the fabric. Well, Mensur will want to quickly get onto the scoreboard
60.
in this match. Doesn't want to allow Joe to get away.
Now, the way he's scoring, as you can see there,
140.
playing terrific at the moment. Mensur in danger of an early break, unless he pulls his socks up.
He's not scoring,
60.
can't find the trebles, and Joe most definitely is scoring.
96.
And the crowd have been silenced by an indifferent start for their hero. That's more like it.
Yeah, he needs to give him something to cheer and get them moving, doesn't he?
140. Joe, you require 140.
Not a good first one. Covered well. Bullseye maybe.
83.
That was the idea, so 160 for Mensur. No. So a great opportunity for Joe to get the first break of the match.
60. Joe, you require 57.
Yes, and keep the crowd quiet as well. I mean, Florian Hempel did so well last night to keep his composure and play down to the level that he played at under extreme pressure.
Yeah, and he played like a sportsman, didn't he? I mean, he applauded Mensur when he'd won it, and you know, I mean, the crowd had been giving him the bird from a very early stage. He'd had to cope with all of that, and there was no hint of anger or animosity from him.
No, he was terrific all the way through, a true sportsman, but that'll put him in good stead for, you know, other moments in his career.
95.
A new one to the PDC circuit over the last year or so. Oh, Joe Cullen scoring superbly.
180.
That's his second maximum. Battering the big numbers. And Mensur hasn't really got going remotely so far.
60.
Oh, massive opportunity in the bottom half of this draw. The winner of this one will play Rob Cross for a place in the final.
93.
Nathan Aspinall and Michael van Gerwen will be the first semi. If they were the standout performers, particularly Van Gerwen Price. It was a magnificent game of darts, just magnificent.
Darts from the gods, it really was.
93.
If you've just joining us, where have you been? You've missed one of the great matches. Maybe this will still
84.
blossom, you never know.
Yeah, Mensur not quite got going yet. And Joe just scoring heavily, taking what comes his way. Oh,
that's unlucky. I said as
well.
one
in duo.
Joe, you require 10.
Double 2.
6. Mensur, you require 133.
This would make Mensur feel rather better. No suggestion that he's going to do this at what we've seen so far, but you never know. Well, you do now.
Well, it's not to be, but Joe Cullen doesn't want to miss
93.
again because he's been in complete control of this match so far. This is for 3-0.
Big miss there.
Yeah.
Game's on the third leg. Joe Cullen.
Love it.
Fourth leg, Mensur to throw first. Game on.
A little bit of reaction from Joe.
I don't think he could quite believe that first start either. I think he was trying to obviously give himself a bit of a marker, but
Only just hit the board.
it was nearer the MC's foot.
30.
Ooh.
Got
another 3 in there, John.
180.
He has thrown well this weekend, Joe Cullen.
Yeah, sometimes you get a player in a certain part of the
61.
draw, and I'm not saying you don't talk about them, but they almost, as you said quite often, go under that radar. All of a sudden, they're there and thereabouts.
57.
It's a big opportunity for Sunday. Mensur Joe to play Rob to get into tonight's final.
137.
A lot of people watching will be pleased to see a bit of a return to form for Rob Cross.
Well, absolutely. Also Nathan Aspinall as well. I've said all along, he's a better player when he's got some aggression behind
58.
him, and he was absolutely terrific in what we thought was going to be the game of the day at the time.
Do you give
Danny Goppett was brilliant as well.
Do you give Nathan a big shot, a big chance against MVG?
Yeah, absolutely. The way he's playing now, up until the last 2 games, I possibly would have
96.
said no.
Mensur, you require
But
136.
he's back to his best in scoring and got that aggression back, which is a big part of his armoury.
136, he got this last night. Oh, and that was unlucky. That was off the treble wire.
80.
Yes, you could almost see
Joe,
the
you
dint.
require 110.
This would hurt Mensur if he could have put it away, but he can't with that. Not very impressed with that, as the facial expression told you quite clearly.
Mensur, you
So
require
56 for Mensur to get his first leg of the match.
Yes, and when you're 3-0 down, these doubles are just a little bit more difficult. And the pressure's on. He's thinking in his head, if I miss this, I could be 4-0 down.
That's a good dart.
Well done.
Well thrown, he composed himself and nailed it. Salutes his fans, and they'll feel as though the match has now begun.
140.
Yeah, it's important to get his first leg on the board, especially with the way Joe has been playing early on in this quarter-final, the last of our quarter-finals today.
What he'd give to get a...
85.
yeah, that was a serious pirouette. What he'd give to get a break of throw before the interval to go back, you know, effectively on throw.
57.
Yeah, we said it quite often, haven't we, that first break, you've got to be there or thereabouts. You don't want to leave too much work to be done in the latter part of any match against any player.
A bit of a block of that one. Switches the angle of attack to the 19. It's a loose one, the last one.
Yeah, scoring's been terrific so far within this leg. Not quite as much. This is better from Mensur.
Oh, that's what he can do. As good as a maximum, 177.
All of a sudden,
100. Mensur, you require
Mensur could have been 4-0
102.
down. Could go in at the break. Only 3-2 down.
Real chance of the break. He's got it. And so the double required. And he gets it. A 102 checkout. Mensur gets the break back. It's back on throw, and very much now. Mensur Suljovic right back in there with the break of throw in the final leg before the break. A 12-darter, as you see there. Excellent. He's really awakened and now trying to kick on.
140.
Yes, he's done really, really well to get back in the game. Joe Cullen set off like a train, certainly on the scoring department. As I said, 3-0 ahead, 12, 15 and 17. Nicking that fourth leg from Mensur was so important, not just to get his first leg on the board, but that little bit of momentum he got 44. In the next leg. 177 and a 102 finish going to the break. Well and truly back in the match.
Big Man United fan, isn't he, Joe?
Yeah, it goes with me quite a lot, yeah. We've been abroad quite a few times, Champions League and stuff. Have some fun away from the hockey.
Well, I hope he's not grumpy as a result of yesterday.
What do you mean, like me?
I wasn't going to say that. I'll let people make their own mind up about that one. How did Everton get on?
164.
Great darts there from Cullen. We'll have to ask Stuart.
Cullen hitting back and hitting back hard.
100. Joe, you require 145.
So 145.
So that visit, he's got a great chance here.
104. Mensur, you require 157.
Decent setup. Mensur not making the inroads that he'd have hoped for.
Joe, you
he did that treble
41.
with the last dart. Double 16.
33. Mensur, you require 64.
Well, he wasn't missing early on in the match. Just shows him what a little bit more pressure can do.
Double 14, he loves this one. That's his favourite double. And look at that.
Seventh leg, Joe.
Joe gives him a little bit of a look.
Game on.
He knows he's in a match.
Yes, but he'll also know that he's playing really well.
108.
As he hits yet another maximum.
That's his fourth.
So he knows he's going to get the chances, and he knows he's already missed a couple, particularly in that last leg there, 2 darts on the double to re-establish a 2-leg lead. That's not to be. 3 apiece it is.
134.
Still averaging over 100, Joe.
It is, but when you've been 3-0 ahead and all of a sudden you peg back to 3-3, I'm not saying the pressure's on. Mensur hits his second 177 of the match. It's just important to get that leg on the board. Wow, this is brilliant from both players.
Phenomenal darts.
Double 8 left after 9 darts. Outstanding darts from Joe Cullen. Just when he needed it. A 10-darter on.
59. Joe, you require.
Here we go then,
16.
double 8. Mensur not exactly rushing away from the hockey.
Just having a look there. Yeah, he doesn't want to
12.
double one.
Mensur, you
That's maybe
require
why he went a little bit
170.
lower there.
170. So Danny Noppert get a 170 earlier in the competition.
58.
Not today.
It was at
Joe, you
the
require
right
4.
time as well. It was at an amazing time in the match.
No score.
Well,
Mensur, you require
Mensur gets a
112.
break here. Joe really will be kicking himself.
He was on a 10-darter, Joe Cullen,
It's on.
and he could lose it.
80.
He was trying to
Joe, you
will that
require
one in.
4.
Double 1.
Game's on the
Well, he was on a 10-darter and he winds up with a 17-darter, but the important thing for Joe Cullen was that he eventually got the W.
Correct. Yes, an important time there from, as I said, just a few moments ago. He was 3-0 ahead.
97.
Pegged back to 3-3. If he'd have lost that leg, could have played all sorts of mind games. All the negativity
60.
goes through your mind.
Another tight game, this one so far. Remember, Mensur's match against Florian Hempel went all the way to
60.
the deciding leg against... Well, last match, last night. Crowd just were absolutely
57.
loving that one.
Tension was
Tension
incredible.
was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It was. We were trying to work out how long he stayed on stage after. We think he was there this morning
95.
with the milkman. He just couldn't get him off. He was bowing, he was... Oh,
he signed everything that you could possibly sign, I think.
Yeah. Just good to see. It was a good moment for him, you know, in front of his home crowd in an incredible match.
Well, there'll be... the support will be very, very enthusiastic if he gets through to the semi-final. That's his first maximum.
59. Mensur requires 69.
For 4-4.
He's out with the washing, isn't he, in this leg? Suljovic. Double 6.
In from the 8th leg.
Loves it. That's opposite the 14, and he really loves the doubles in that part of the board, doesn't he, at that height?
He does, yeah.
95.
There hasn't been, apart from that leg where Joe struggled to hit the double and ended up on double 1, there hasn't been many misses on the doubles in terms of, you know, more than that visit.
59.
So there's not been many mistakes here. Yes, okay, the scoring on occasions hasn't quite been at the top level you expect from these two players.
100.
But overall, the standard is pretty good. Both in the mid-90s in terms of averages. 5 maximums, 4 from Joe.
60.
Not a lot between them in terms of the averages, as you can see now. Average of the first 9, very much in Joe's favour. And Mensur a little bit more effective on the checkouts.
Yes, we've seen that extreme quality early on this afternoon. This
100.
just has that feeling of being a bit more of a battle of wills. Every leg will be a battle to win.
96.
Well, Cullen's not being booed and jeered as Hampel was last night. At least not yet.
It was quite late on, wasn't it?
Joe, you require
Yeah,
They're
111.
an hour ahead in Austria as well.
A bit of that strong Austrian beer had been supped, hadn't it?
67.
I suspect.
You suspect correctly.
Putting the pressure on the Cullen throw. He's going to have to take this 44 now.
86. Joe, you require 44.
Yes, could do with getting this pretty cleanly. Because he has missed a couple of darts at double in the last few legs.
12.
Now this is a real chance for Suljovic to get the break. 96, treble 20 is looking for. And he's got it, so double 18.
Games from the 9th leg.
And he loved that. Oh yes, I do love it. And so do they.
10th leg,
Joe
Mensur
is going to have to get
first. Game on.
in order here pretty quickly. He led 3-0. He's now 5-4 down.
How quickly things can change. I think the pace of Suljovic's game would be particularly to Joe's liking. He likes to get on with it, doesn't he?
I suppose he has that.
93.
He's playing every player, but he's not particularly that slow when you think about it. Once he starts throwing there, it's not particularly slow, is it? It's quite methodical.
26.
Arms all over the place like a ballet dancer.
Oh, we heard something out in the crowd there and wasn't impressed.
57.
I think that was hiding the fact that he'd thrown 3 bad darts as well.
Looking for an excuse.
Yeah, possibly. It happened. We've all done it before. Myself included.
Well, taking his time, resetting. And here we go again.
Yes, he's one of those players that, when we talk about slow play, it's when he does that or goes back to his table and he's trying to reset himself or refocus. It can sometimes be take quite some time to do that. But the actual throw,
100.
particularly that slow. Joe just likes to get on with it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a very much sort of a rhythm player. I mean, he's the Gary Anderson pace of play, for instance, is ideal for Joe Cullen.
I remember him when he played on the youth tour.
A few years ago.
Only just over, it's only 10 years or so, just over 10 years ago.
32 now, Joe.
Yeah. Won quite a few events in that as well.
134. Mensur require 150.
He's got a chance of an immediate break back here. Oh, well, unless. No, not to be. So Cullen,
98.
82. Bullseye?
Joey require 82.
Yeah, should be. There we go, lovely first dart. Oh,
Game
that's
shot the
better.
10th
That's
leg.
terrific.
Joe Cullen.
Times
11th
June
leg,
and
Joe
encounter
to throw first.
of this
Game on.
magnitude where they've missed doubles or the scoring hasn't quite been there, so maybe 5 apiece is pretty much favourable
57.
scoreline at this moment in time. But still all to play for. There you see your scoring legs.
Crowd will play their part. They'll be willing the man
100.
from Vienna. Willing him, they hope, towards a last 4 place and a semi-final meeting against Rob
96.
Cross.
Yes, I'm sure that the closer they get to the winning post, they'll get a bit louder, a bit more involved.
100.
Doubles have let Joe down, as you see from that statistic there. Only 5 checkouts from 21. Mensur very much more clinical in that department.
Yeah, missed a couple of chances, didn't he, in that middle session? I know a few of those would have been that leg where he ended up on double one.
140.
Maximums, it's 4-1 in Joe's favour at the moment.
96. Mensur require 161.
161 for a break of throw. Oh, great darts.
Oh, he needs the ball!
136.
Good effort.
Joey require
Very
112.
good effort. So 112 for Joe to hold his throw. Needs another. Oh, no. He did the treble
56.
there to set up the double
Mensur
16.
require 25.
So 25. Big 9, right in the middle, double 8.
And
he goes ahead.
Mensur Suljovic.
Yes, his doubles has been good, John. Hasn't missed
Game
many.
on.
Break of throw.
Still a long way to go, though. Plenty can happen.
$60.
Just need to get back to that scoring in the first 2 or 3 legs. There we go.
108.
Outstanding in scoring.
5th maximum. 6 altogether in the match.
45.
There's no doubt that Joe's outscored Mensur. Mensur's out-doubled Joe, I suppose.
119.
And again goes thundering on. Big lead in this 12th leg of the match.
58. 59.
Cullen's average a little bit higher than Mensur's.
100.
Long way
Joe,
back,
you
though, from
require
some of the
143.
sensational darts that we've seen earlier on in the afternoon.
Yes, the start of the afternoon, those first 2 games.
127.
Really. Certainly Michael and Gerwin was just something out of this world.
Both of them averaging over 107. That compares with
96. Joe, you
these
require
2 guys
16.
who are in the low 90s right now.
Game shot on the 12th leg. Joe Cullen.
6 apiece. Yes, and that was
13th leg.
in a
Joe
game where
to throw first.
it
Game
almost
on.
reduced slightly towards the end.
$134.
Joe's got to keep full concentration here and try and get back in front.
59. 140.
That's more the sort of standard he was producing earlier in the match, and he surged into that lead. Mensur just struggled to get to grips.
140.
There's an extraordinary amount of shoulder into that third dart on occasion.
Yes, it's
delivering a right hook.
It's like Jockey Wilson on a trampoline, isn't it?
'58. Joe, you require 127.
127. Treble 19 to leave the bullseye. Couldn't find it.
He wants to go back upstairs, but it's a bit of a blocker.
59.
Number 16 would have left tops, obviously.
Be a nice time to have got 180 for Mensur. 140 will do him.
100. Joe, you require 68.
No, at that point, obviously 144 is doable. Much more difficult.
Game shot the 13th leg. Joe Cullen, 14th leg Mensur to the first. Game on.
Absolutely what he wanted. And his nose is ahead once more.
100.
Still has the look of a match which could very conceivably go all the way, this one.
180.
Joe's going through a purple patch right now, but can he maintain it?
Well, that's right. He did it in the early part of the match and then just dipped off slightly, didn't he? But back comes Mensur.
140.
Still good scoring. Oh, here we go. Here we go!
2 maximums, 141 required. 6 perfect darts.
So that a few times today already. Aspinall twice was on a 9 darter, wasn't it?
100.
On one occasion,
Joe, you
7
require
perfect.
141.
He's got the one.
'81.
Good adjustment.
Mensur
Decent last
require
start.
161.
This would hurt Cullen if Mensur could tuck this away. Treble 17. No. Needed that for the bullseye.
He had a shot earlier on the same shot, didn't he?
Joe, you require 60.
Bullseye.
Tops.
Important part of the match
Game
now.
from the 14th
Well,
leg.
he's now not
Joe
missing the
Cullen.
double. That's the important factor here, John. Hitting the double with the first dart.
Break of throw. And an 11
15th leg
darter.
Joe to throw first.
Will
Game
make him
on.
feel very happy, as he knows now that he's just 2 legs away from a place in the last 4.
134.
His first 3 legs were outstanding. His last 3 legs have also been outstanding.
Financially hugely significant as they move towards
100.
the final. 120,000 for the winner here.
100.
Yeah, surprise money goes up. Confidence, obviously, he's playing in the latter stages of events. And
look at those 3 legs there, 13, 14 and
60.
11 for Joe.
yeah, that's just quality, isn't it? We saw that earlier on today, and we were applauding that from the players.
43.
Great response from them today in the quarterfinals. With some quality today. This looked like it was going to be more of a battle.
Gonna have to really dig in here, Mensur.
59.
Got to find a little bit of inspiration from somewhere. Lovely cover shot. And another.
134.
That's a super setup.
Playing beautifully now.
140.
Which way does he normally
Joe
go here
required
on 90?
Treble 18 or treble 20. The reason we have a treble 20 with Mensur Suljovic on a finish,
32.
he's made a bit of a mess of
Mensur
it.
require 142.
Back of his mind, he'd be thinking he's going to return anyway, but it's never a guarantee. That's the thing. That's why he went for the treble 20.
90. Joe, you require 58.
So 58. He was so far clear in this leg, and now game on. He's got to get this. Oh,
18.
now that is now a chance,
Mensur
a big chance
52.
for Mensur to break back. Double 16.
Big dart this, John. Big dart.
Game
He gets it.
from the 15th leg, Mensur Suljovic.
Yep, great composure.
16th leg, Mensur to throw first. Game on.
And it's now absolutely back in the balance. Joe's finishing after those 3 terrific legs. Joe's finishing, letting him down.
He'll be kicking himself there because he really established
59.
control of this match. The crowd was quiet. Mensur was really in a position where he couldn't do anything about it until Joe
100.
unfortunately missed. The door was open and he waltzed through.
60.
The gentle with his pirouetting third dart once again.
140.
Used to own a bar in Vienna called The Gentle, Mensur, if you're wondering where that came from or what the association is.
140.
He is pretty gentle most of the time. I can't recall seeing Mensur particularly riled too often over the years.
123.
Perhaps you know more.
I think he's
Alan.
better off smiling. Oh, he's a nice fella, really.
Forty-one.
His
Joe, you require
epic interviews over the
138.
years with Dan Dawson.
Might get another one, you never know.
Yeah.
He's just checking where he's at. 62 left, he was looking for
86.
treble 10.
Well, full concentration now from Joe Cullen. From the moment he took that last dart out, he'd be thinking of 52. Keep your composure. Get yourself one leg away.
95. Joe, you require 52.
So 20 for double 16.
Game
And
from the
that is
16th leg.
Precisely
Joe
what he'd have hoped for, a 14 darter. And
17th
Joe
leg,
is now
Joe,
within
to
one.
first. Game
Can
on.
he tuck it away?
Yes, he'd be pleased. He got that leg over and done with after making a mess earlier and really
99.
letting Mensur back in the game. So it looked like he'd done all the damage. Still a little bit of work to do though. Sometimes getting over the line, getting that last leg is the most difficult one.
Mensur has had the edge over Joe
100.
over the years. But on this occasion, Joe Cullen now, he just needs to serve it out.
57.
Mensur needs some inspiration.
99.
Well, hanging in there, but still advantage Cullen.
55.
Just a glimmer of a chance here now for Suljovic to take control of this leg. Big visit here, and he'll be the favourite.
98.
Well, he's ahead. He'd have loved a second treble.
Yeah, it's just about okay in terms of where we are in the match and this leg. That's a great visit
140.
from Cullen.
What a give for 180 here.
It's got to get Lisa Ton really to give him a realistic chance.
They needed that.
97.
That's a big last
Joe, you
start.
require 150.
Gold dust, that last out there, really was.
98.
And likewise,
Mensur,
Joe
you
Cullen
require
getting the treble he
107.
needed. Well, he wanted treble 19, treble 18 now.
39.
Tension.
Joe, you require 52.
This is for the match. Double 16, 2 darts in hand. Double 8. And there it is.
Shot on the match.
Joe Cullen
Joe
gets the win he was
Cullen.
craving.